What's up everyone, Socrates101 here, and today we are back with another team builder. This time we are gonna drop down a tier. We are gonna get rid of the OU thingies. We're just gonna go into UU right now, because if the Fictini suspect test, UU is kind of my thing. I prefer it over everything really. So we're just gonna do that. I figured the reason why I really wanted to do this team builder is because someone gave me a defensive core, or told me about a defensive core, and it's amazing. I've tried it a couple times. It appears to be unbreakable. The only thing it really kind of struggles with is Swampert, but I have checks and counters for that. Checks for that. So it looks about right. Played a couple games. My opponents literally could not touch me at all. So what this team is going to be about is, as I like to call it, or as I'm going to refer to it in the future, Belgian Defense. The reason why I call this Belgian Defense is because it was made by, it was a friend of mine came up with that. He heard of bulky Salamans for the first time ever, and he was like, wait, why not make a Dragon Fairy Steel Core about with it, and then, you know, you just go with it. So that was actually not a bad idea, so I decided to go with it. And so what Belgian Defense is it's defensive Salamans, it's Spadef Empoleon, and then it's a Florcus, which is physically defensive Investet. However, it's still mainly Spadef, since insane Spadef stat. So Salamans, what we're looking at is actually leftovers plus Intimidate. This thing is an amazing Entei check. Like, it's ridiculous. It takes about 20% from Sacred Fire, and since you don't really care about the burn, since we still have a Florges, and Florges always finds opportunity in a game to actually set up those, well, to get off an aromatherapy really. So that's what we're gonna do. So this Salamans is gonna have Dragon Tail, because we want to start phasing. We don't have Hazard stock this time, just Stealth Rocks, and yeah, but we still want to phase some things out. We still want to force switches with Earthquake, which is a nice pairing, since Dragon gets resisted by Steel, and then you can hit if you're super effective with Earthquake. So that's kind of what we're aiming with, kind of what we're going with. Even though I haven't really used Earthquake all that much, it's mainly been Dragon Tail. But what this means is that we're just gonna go with Roost. And the last move is gonna be Defog, because I don't want to run Defog on Empoleon. What this means is that we have a 248 in HP. Apparently we want a 24 speed. I'm not sure what 24 speed is for exactly. I'm just gonna look it up real quick. It basically allows us to outspeed Adam and Honchkrow, which is weird because, like, we have Dragon Tail and Earthquake. I do think that the recommended spread actually runs Dragon Claw, so that makes a lot more sense than mine does. However, we're just gonna dump the rest of this into defense, and then we're just gonna go with an Impish Nature. So this is gonna be our Salamans. It's actually really good. It's really it's really hard to kill, and it just does a lot in general. So I'm just going through my noodles, which are like still not ready yet. Here we go. So we're just gonna go with Empoleon. Empoleon is also leftovers. No surprise right here, with the Torrent, with the Stealth Rock, and then we have a mono attacking one with Scald, Toxic, and Roar. Because as I said, we want to be phasing. Maybe it's too much phasing, and I could put Dragon Claw on Salamans, just to actually outspeed those Adamant Honchkrows, just outspeed those Adamant Tyrantrums, etc. And this actually allows you to outspeed max speed Empoleon, which is redundant. I mean, whoever runs that. Don't say I in a comment, by the way. And that's gonna be it for this Empoleon. It's basically really standard. It's max Spadef, and then the remaining you can put in special attack or speed, just to like win every single speed tie with other Empoleon, but it doesn't even matter because we can't really touch them. Yeah, that's it for Salamans and Empoleon, which is a nice defensive pairing. I mean, Salamans is only really weak to rock. It's only weak to rock and like really weak to ice. And Empoleon quad resist ice, so it's a nice pairing type wise. The only thing once more is that Ice Punch will on Swampert and Earthquake for this guy. So that's a bit unfortunate, but as you will see, we have some checks in the we have some checks. Here we go, Florges. Once more, leftovers. Flower Veil. I mean, Flower Veil Symbiosis. I have no idea. It doesn't matter. Symbiosis is only useful for doubles, I think. But here we go. Also a mono attacking one with Moonblast. And we have Wish, Protect, and then we have Aromatherapy. So this is going to be the nice and standard defensive Florges with 24 Spadef EVs. Then we're just gonna put 248 in here and just maximize our defense. There we go, and then we give it a calm nature because that's what Florges should get. So this is actually a mixed defense thing, but it still almost hits 400 defense, which is ridiculous. Special defense, which is ridiculous. You don't need more than this, and this allows you to take a bit of hits on the physical side. So Florges is actually a really good mon on this team. It likes to pass wishes to Salamence and Empoleon, since they, well, Salamence has reliable recovery, Empoleon doesn't. So those two work very well together. And now with our offensive core, I wanted to reintroduce something that I haven't used in a long time, but which is one of my favorite Pokemon. It actually works really well in the current meta, and that is Choice Banded Intimidate Crocodile, which is insane. It's a very good Pokemon, and in general I just love it. So we're just gonna go with Knockoff. We're gonna go with Pursuit, Earthquake, and the last move I actually picked was Stone Edge, even though you never click that. You either click one of these three. And what this means is that we're just going to be running max speed with Jolly, and then we're just going to go max attack, and the remaining 4 is just going to go into defense. It doesn't matter whether you put those in defense or special defense. So here we go, gonna go with the Jolly Nature, because we gotta go with Jolly Nature over Adamant, because this allows you to outspeed Nidoking and just Oko up. So unless Scarf Nidoking, which is not a thing. Well, it could be a thing to catch people off guard every now and then, but I mean, just the majority of Crooks you see running around right now are max HP or some speed EVs, but you still don't outspeed the Nidokings. But this one actually does, so you can catch your opponent by surprise, maybe by doing that. Our next mon is going to be a special attacker, which is going to be Victini, since this is the Victini suspect test, and I just really wanted to use it. It's going to be an expert belt one, and it's going to be a mixed Victini, or that. Basically, the title of this team, which I gave it, was Martini plus Belgian Defense. I'm just going to call it Belgian Defense. So we're just going to go with V-Create, and then we have Thunder, Energy Ball, which is the check to Swampert, so we can't really switch in on this guy. I mean, you can Recreate and then you can Energy Ball. But, oh, by the way, one tip when you're playing UU right now and you are using a Swampert, gotta make sure that your Swampert outspeeds -1 speed Victini, so you can switch it on a V-Create and then just kill it with an Earthquake. Because usually after that V-Create, if you have running no speed, then Victini still outspeeds you, but if you put a tiny bit of speed EVs into your Swampert, you can actually retaliate. So that's useful information right there. And then the last one is just for keeping momentum, and we can just go with the recommended spread because it just works. V-Create, I was facing a Cobalion earlier on, and he got up Stealth Frogs in my face, and I just clean sweeped him. I just clean. The Cobalion was gone, just completely gone. And the last one is because we don't really have something that has a lot of speed. We don't have the strongest of special attackers since we're running no stab on Victini. Is we can run Yanmega. Life Orb, Speed Boost, Protect, and then like the nice and standard spread. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that this is also one of my favorite mons. Not even sure. Yeah, well, it's just really fast, and it's a good late game sweeper. I just love my late game sweeper. That's kind of how it works. Yeah, you can go with the Modest Nature if you like. I'm not sure if I'm running it. Yeah, I'm actually running Modest on my original team. So this is gonna be the team. Just going over it, like defensive Salamence, Def Empoleon, mixed defensive Florges, Choice Banded Intimidate Croak, which is my go-to on. I love this guy. And then we have Victini, which is Martini, because it's mixed Victini, Martini. Here we go. The last mon to close things out is Yanmega. The only thing I could potentially change on this team, or like if you guys see anything that I can change on this team, just let me know. But the thing I'm willing to change, like first thing, is this actual Yanmega to something else. I've actually been considering replacing Crocodile and Yanmega for like Honchkrow and a Nidoking, but then I'm really lacking speed on this team, so maybe I should go with Scarfini, and I have no idea what I should do to fix that. So it's gonna be it for this team builder. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one. Ta-ta.